When the stage lights dim and the final applause fades, two figures often linger in the echoes of fame: Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Their worlds are a symphony of contrasts: art and adrenaline, melody and motion, gentleness and steel. Yet both stand at the same crossroads where acting meets music, their lives an ongoing performance that blurs the line between stage and soul. The Quiet Storm. The story begins not under flashing lights, but in silence. Xiao Zhan sits by a dimly lit piano in a rehearsal room long after midnight. His fingers hover over the keys, the faint reflection of city lights rippling in his eyes. He's just finished a grueling day of shooting, makeup, dialogue, emotional take after emotional take, yet instead of rest, he seeks solace in melody. He presses a single note, soft and trembling. A minor key fills the air, fragile but deliberate. The note becomes a whisper, the whisper a memory, the sound of a dream that began years ago, when he first stepped away from graphic design to chase a life no one could quite understand. For Xiao Zhan, music is a confession, while acting is an exploration. Music reveals him, acting hides him. A few hundred miles away, Wang Yibo revs the engine of his motorcycle under a starlit sky. The roar of the machine cuts through the cool night air, a different kind of music. His eyes, focused and wild, gleam like twin comets. He rides not for thrill, but for clarity. The rush of wind is the only sound that can quiet the noise of endless schedules, expectations, and fame. For Yibo, acting is control, but music is freedom. Both are artists, but in utterly opposite ways. When two worlds collide. Years earlier, fate had arranged their meeting, not as rivals, not as competitors, but as co-stars on a story that would ripple through all of Asia. The Untamed, a drama that became a cultural storm, lifting two actors into legend. The camera captured their characters, Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji, but what it truly recorded was chemistry, unspoken rhythm, and artistic trust. Behind the scenes, their worlds couldn't have been more different. Xiao Zhan, the perfectionist, rehearsed each line until it tasted like poetry. Wang Yibo, the instinctive artist, believed in letting emotions find him naturally in the moment. But where one was careful, the other was daring. Where one painted with precision, the other sculpted with motion. Together, they created a performance that transcended the screen. Between takes there was laughter. Xiao Zhan's quiet chuckles, Yibo's smirks that said more than words. The crew still recalls one moment. A scene had run long into the night, and exhaustion loomed. Yet when the director called action, something electric filled the air. It was as if both men shed their fatigue and became pure energy, two souls speaking in silence, their performances merging like two melodies in perfect harmony. That night, the director whispered to his assistant, "This isn't acting anymore. This is art meeting its reflection." The echo after fame. When The Untamed ended, the world expected both stars to rest, but rest was a luxury neither could afford. Xiao Zhan's world tilted into chaos, the intensity of fame and its shadows. Yet even when storms surrounded him, he returned to the microphone. His voice became a steady flame in the wind, his songs a reflection of resilience. Each lyric, each note carried a quiet message: "I'm still here." He recorded late into the night, sometimes with only a single light burning in the studio. His producer once said, "He doesn't just sing. He rebuilds himself with every song." Meanwhile, Wang Yibo's days blurred into choreography, film sets, and studio sessions. His passion for dance remained unbroken, every movement carved like a statement, every beat synced with heartbeats of millions watching online. Between shoots, he'd sneak into a recording booth, drop his helmet beside him, and begin composing beats that felt alive, pulsing with rebellion and rhythm. And so, as Xiao Zhan sang of healing, Wang Yibo danced through fire. Two halves of the same art, balance through contrast. Scene: the Midnight Studio. Imagine this: a cold Beijing night. A music studio glowing with blue neon. Wang Yibo stands at the mixing board, his hoodie pulled up, headphones on. He's testing a new track, something sharp, experimental, pulsing like an engine. Suddenly, the door opens. Xiao Zhan walks in quietly, carrying a cup of coffee. No announcement, no ceremony. Just presence. You haven't slept, Xiao Zhan says, his tone soft but firm. Neither have you, Yibo replies with a grin. They share a moment, no cameras, no scripts, just two artists who understand the cost of passion. Xiao Zhan hums along to Yibo's beat. Yibo listens, nodding slightly, then adds a new rhythm beneath it, a deep bass that fills the room like thunder. The two exchange glances. For a fleeting second, music becomes their unspoken dialogue. The producer, half awake in the corner, whispers under his breath. If they ever make a track together, the world wouldn't be ready. But maybe the world doesn't need to be. Maybe that harmony belongs only to the quiet hours between fame and friendship. Acting, the mirror of emotion. On set, Xiao Zhan transforms completely. He is known for his stillness, the way he can convey heartbreak with a single glance, or joy with the faintest curve of his lips. It's a craft built from empathy, a kind of emotional precision that feels almost surgical. His colleagues often say that when the camera rolls, the air itself seems to change. One director once described him as an actor who listens to silence. Between takes, Xiao Zhan reads scripts like poems, rewriting inner emotions in invisible ink. To him, acting isn't about pretending, it's about remembering. Every character carries a trace of his real life, every line a piece of his truth. Yibo, on the other hand, brings movement to his acting. Whether he's portraying a stoic hero or a tormented anti-hero, his body language speaks louder than dialogue. He once told an interviewer, "Dance taught me everything about emotion, when to explode, when to hold back." And that's exactly what he does on screen. He dances through the script, even in stillness. Scene between takes. During a historical drama shoot, Yibo leans against a wooden pillar in full costume, sword in hand. It's freezing, the kind of cold that seeps into your bones. Xiao Zhan, visiting the set that day, watches silently from the edge. When the director calls action, Yibo moves like a blur, his sword slicing through the air, his expression fierce and focused. Every strike, every turn is a mixture of choreography and raw instinct. After the take, Yibo drops the sword and laughs. "Too slow," he mutters. Xiao Zhan smiles, shaking his head. "If that's slow, then what am I?" "Precision," Yibo replies. "You make silence louder than noise." The words hang there, mutual respect disguised as teasing. Music, the voice within. While their acting careers bring them to massive sets and glowing red carpets, music remains their secret refuge. For Xiao Zhan, a microphone is a diary. His songs, from Spotlight to An Interesting Soul, are not mere performances, but confessions sung to the stars. Each lyric seems to echo the quiet resilience he's built over years of storms. Fans say his voice feels like home, and perhaps that's because he sings not to impress, but to heal. For Wang Yibo, the studio is a them. The night still hums with leftover applause. Somewhere between the glitter of spotlights and the hum of the city, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo continue their quiet balancing act, two men walking the razor-thin line between the screen and the stage. Scene: the morning after the applause. The sun hasn't risen yet, but Xiao Zhan is already awake. The stage from last night's concert still glows faintly in his mind. 1,000 fans, 1,000 lights, yet what lingers most is the sound of their voices singing with him. He walks to the window, coffee in hand, eyes half lost in the gray light of dawn. On his table lies a script for his next film, pages marked with notes, doodles, bits of lyrics scrawled in the margins. He chuckles softly. "Even my scripts become songbooks now." For him, acting and music are not rivals. They are two halves of one breath. Acting lets him step into other lives, while music lets him return to his own. He picks up his guitar. A single chord rings out, low, warm, steady, the kind of sound that feels like morning sunlight breaking through curtains. His cat stretches, unimpressed, but Xiao Zhan smiles. The day has begun not with noise, but with balance. Scene: Wang Yibo's rhythm. Across the city, Wang Yibo is moving too, but at an entirely different speed. He's in a dance studio surrounded by mirrors, a black hoodie pulled over his head, his sneakers squeaking against the polished floor. The beat drops, sharp, fast, relentless, and he moves like lightning. Every spin, every glide, every break is perfectly timed. When the music stops, his chest rises and falls in rhythm. He looks at his reflection, sweat glistening, breath ragged, and grins. Okay, he mutters to himself, time to switch gears. Within an hour, he's in a fitting room on a film set, trading sneakers for armor, dance floor for battlefield. The director adjusts the lights, the script supervisor calls for quiet. Yibo adjusts his sword prop, shakes out his hands, and in the blink of an eye, he becomes someone else. That's his secret motion. He doesn't separate the worlds of acting and music. He lets one flow into the other like rhythm into melody. To him, balance isn't about standing still, it's about moving perfectly in time. Behind the curtain. For both stars, balance isn't glamorous. It's discipline, timing, and sacrifice. Xiao Zhan once said in an interview, "People see the applause, but not the hours after midnight when I'm still learning a song or rewriting lines." And those hours matter. Between long film shoots, he carries a portable mic setup. Even in hotel rooms, he records melodies that might later become chart-topping tracks. Sometimes the hum of air conditioning becomes his metronome. Sometimes the rain outside becomes his harmony. Meanwhile, Yibo's calendar is a battlefield of commitments: music rehearsals, acting shoots, motor racing practice, and dance training. But he never complains. He calculates his energy like an athlete, giving exactly what each craft deserves. His crew jokes that he runs on rhythm instead of caffeine. Maybe they're right. He lives by the beat, even when the world feels off-tempo. Scene: crossing paths again. Months later, both men find themselves in the same studio complex by coincidence. Xiao Zhan is rehearsing vocals next door. Yibo is fine-tuning choreography for a new track. During a break, Yibo knocks on the wall, a friendly signal. "You're making the floor vibrate," Xiao Zhan calls out with a laugh. "You're the one shaking the walls with that voice," Yibo fires back. They meet in the hallway, both dressed down, tired but grinning. Yibo offers an energy drink, Xiao Zhan offers tea. They trade stories, the exhaustion, the joy, the pressure. In the midst of it, they realize something profound. Both are living proof that passion can stretch across art forms without breaking. "It's not about choosing," Xiao Zhan says quietly. "It's about giving every part of yourself to what you love. And knowing when to shift gears," Yibo adds, tapping his temple. Two philosophies, one harmony. The invisible balance. What fans see are highlights, award shows, flawless performances, glowing interviews, but behind the curtain, the balance is fragile. There are days when Xiao Zhan finishes filming emotional scenes that drain him completely. Yet he still walks into a studio session, turns off the lights, and lets his voice find new life in melody. It's therapy through sound. There are nights when Yibo's muscles ache after endless rehearsals, but instead of resting, he sits with his producer, adjusting beats until sunrise. It's not obsession, it's devotion. Both have learned that balance doesn't mean peace. It means persistence. It means falling apart sometimes and still choosing to create again the next morning. Scene: a shared silence. Imagine this: a quiet evening on the rooftop of a Beijing building. The city glows beneath them, neon, traffic, motion. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo stand side by side, not as celebrities, but as two artists watching the world they've conquered. No words, just the hum of wind and the faint echo of distant music. Xiao Zhan hums a gentle tune. Yibo taps a soft rhythm against the railing. Melody meets beat. Balance again. Lessons from their journey. Their story isn't about fame. It's about discipline disguised as grace. Xiao Zhan's balance comes from introspection, the power to turn pain into poetry, to let silence become a song. Wang Yibo's balance comes from motion, the courage to turn chaos into choreography, to let speed become serenity. Together, They prove that art isn't confined to a single path. It's a universe that expands when passion is honest. Acting sharpens emotion. Music sets it free. And maybe that's why both of them continue to inspire millions, because they remind us that you can chase more than one dream if your heart beats strong enough to keep time with both. Closing scene, the return to the spotlight. The lights rise again. Xiao Zhan steps onto a film set, Wang Yibo onto a concert stage. Different worlds, same heartbeat. In that moment, you understand, balance isn't about dividing time, it's about uniting purpose. It's about walking into every scene, every song, with the same fire that started it all. As Xiao Zhan takes his mark and Yibo adjusts his mic, the crowd roars. The music swells. The story continues, not in competition, but in perfect harmony. Clapperboard, voiceover outro for YouTube. And that, dear viewers, is how Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo continue to master the impossible, balancing two worlds, two passions, and one unshakable dream. Their journey reminds us that art isn't about limits. It's about rhythm, emotion, and staying true to yourself no matter how loud the world gets. Microphone if you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more cinematic stories about your favorite stars. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and stay balanced.